with Robert Gates on Meet the Press. Now, David Gregory, I asked him, I think, what is an interesting, but, you know, fair question, simple question. And Robert Gates apparently is caught off guard by it. And I love the way he tries to politely say what everyone knows. Let's watch.
What's the difference between working, what's different about working for President Obama versus President Bush?
That sounds like the subject of a good book.
Is that a book you're planning on writing? Are they different presidents? Do they have different styles, different temperaments? What's the major difference to you?
It's really hard to say. I think that probably President Obama is somewhat more analytical, and he makes sure he hears from everybody in the room on an issue, and if they don't speak up, he calls on them.
A marked difference from his predecessor?
President Bush was interested in hearing different points of view, but didn't go out of his way to make sure everybody spoke if they hadn't spoken up before.
Oh, please. I mean, let's call it what it is. Okay, more analytical. What he's trying to say, and what everybody watching could tell, was Obama's smarter than Bush. That's the enormous difference. Now, everybody on TV, the TV pundits, are like, well, yeah, that was kind of funny. We know what he was trying to say. And so, but none of them will actually say it. I saw it on Morning Joe, and they're like, well, he's trying to say that Bush is less intellectually curious. No. He was trying to say Bush is dumber. Okay? Everybody watching this, a real person, not a TV pundit, that doesn't have to, like, worry about being all polite, knows what he was saying. Come on, one guy gets it, asks all these interesting probing questions, and makes you defend your policy proposals. Another guy goes, okay, everybody good? All right, that's a wrap, right? So now the Republicans want to spin this, right? Because it's really, really embarrassing. Here's a Republican, Robert Gates, has been a lifelong Republican, was picked by Bush to be Secretary of Defense. Now comes out and says, look, let's call it what it is. Obama's more analytical. So the way the Republicans are spinning it is, no, don't forget the part about the analytical. About hearing everybody in the room, hearing them out. Well, that's not necessary anyway. Ed Gillespie's on CNN, and he tries to focus on that part of it. Let's just say that I don't find this very convincing. Let's go.
Bob Gates, who carried over from the Bush administration to this administration, said this morning, in comparing and contrasting the styles of the two commanders-in-chief he has served, he said that President Bush went around the room, but President Obama, if you haven't spoken up, he reaches out and calls on you, essentially making the point that in his view, President Obama is reaching out more. Did President Bush not want to listen to everybody?
Of course he did, and did listen to everyone. I think what Secretary Gates said was that President Bush listened to everyone, but if people didn't offer opinions, he didn't go and call on everyone in the room. And the fact is, look, there are no shrinking violets in these meetings, John. I've been in them, and if someone had a point to make, they would make it. And if they didn't, everybody has their own style. I'm not sure, how much benefit you get from pressing someone who didn't want to volunteer something there. So different styles, but the fact is, clearly they're both listening to folks with different points of views and coming to their own conclusions.
Yeah, my ass. Okay, here's how it worked in reality. Rumsfeld and Cheney would run the meetings, and they'd intimidate everybody else into silence, and Bush was so stupid he didn't understand it. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess everybody agrees. Whereas Obama goes, wait, let's hear everybody out, and I want to know what everybody thinks, and then I'm going to make the decision. And I'm going to make a real decision, not where I go and talk to Cheney and go, oh, okay, yeah, what do you think? Oh, okay, yeah, all right, I'll go with that. And I love the pause that Gates gave. That was my favorite part of the clip, where he was like, well, it's hard to say. No, it's very easy to say. You just don't want to say it, right? He's like, how do I say he's smarter? How do I say he's smarter? How do I say? He's more analytical.